years.
I'm not. I don't like to be mean. I'm not a mean guy, but that's literally the worst stand-up set I've ever seen ever.
From a band person in a band, or just
No, any person.
any person.
That was tremendously bad.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was. I love it.
I mean, I don't know if I could try to be that bad and succeed.
All right, so today we're going to look at Cody Odell. Joe List says this is one of the worst bombs he's ever seen. And when put into context, I think he's right. You know, this guy claims he's been doing stand-up for 14 years. Just a crazy thing. And I think is another one of these guys where it's like, you know, if I make one YouTube video 10 years ago, then I make another one 5 years ago, I didn't make any in between, and then I just made one yesterday. Have I been making videos for 10 years? I wouldn't say that I have. That's not how I would put it. But I think that's what a lot of these comedians are doing when they're saying, oh, I've been in comedy 5, 10, 15 years. I think they mean they've done comedy, you know, once every other month for 15 years. Because how do you do comedy for 15 years? And I search up your name and I can't find anything on YouTube. Your YouTube channel has 22 subscribers, and there's 3 videos of stand-up, each 5 minutes long. You're telling me you're 15 years in the game and all you have is 15 minutes released? So you're saying it takes 1 year for you to write a minute of comedy. So it's either you're a super lazy comedian and you write 5 jokes every 5 years and go, yeah, that's good enough, and just do those same jokes over and over again week after week. I mean, how fucking lazy is that? Or it's just that he only performs once every 5 years. I mean, those are the only 2 options. Either you're lazy or you don't do it that much and you're not really a comedian. So we're going to watch one of his videos from 4 years ago. And he even does one of the same jokes that he does at Kill Tony. So we're going to examine this video, and then we're going to try to figure out what happened. What happened to this guy on Kill Tony? How does someone with so much experience bomb so hard? We'll see.
Thank you. Yes, I moved to Austin recently from here, and made the mistake of getting a female roommate. Yeah, not good. Yeah, she blew up at me recently, actually. Like, I brought someone home, and you know, we were in the living room, which was dumb, but we were, you know, we're getting into it, and then she gets home, and then has to lose it and freak out on me, like, I want a divorce. So. Whatever, just because you're not getting any. What am I supposed to? I'm not in a relationship anymore. She wanted to get married. I know this because I said, do you want to move in with me? And she said, I want a deposit. See a deposit on that. Do you see what? I don't see a deposit. I was like, what? She said, Cody, I need security in this relationship. And I was like, that's a false sense of security, isn't it? A ring? I realized that the security you get when you put on a ring in a relationship is the psychological equivalent to the security you get when you put on a seatbelt on an airplane, right? It's that kind of security. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna be all right. We got it all, honey. We're good. We're gonna get through these turbulent times together. We're okay. Nobody was ever like, man, I never would have survived that plane crash if I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. Let me tell you.
So he's a normal guy, right? He's a normal comedian. He's getting laughs. He doesn't seem to be new. He seems to be pretty comfortable on stage. He's kind of got the look of like a nerd Dave Smith. Not that Dave Smith isn't a fucking nerd. But he's got a couple jokes and the audience is with him. Up until he starts singing. Then he loses the audience. Now take note that the same joke he's about to tell is the joke he tells on Kill Tony when Tony asks for his very best joke that he's ever told. He tells this next one. Just listen to how the crowd reacts to what he believes is his best joke.
Yeah, it's actually Disney's fault that we broke up. It is. I hate Disney. Guys, you with me? He's setting the bar way too high, right? Just way too high. Like, you think I don't have a castle, yeah? That's what makes me upset. Even the Beast had a castle. You realize that? He was a mutant. How does a mutant get a castle? Really? Okay, guys, I feel like you should be more on board this. Go it alone. Clearly, I'm doing well in my relationship. I have advice to give. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna take a girl on a magic carpet ride, you know? Like Aladdin's coming out again this summer. It's never happening, women, just so you know. None of your guys. Right, you're probably gonna get like a sedan. Drive you through a neighborhood like, I can show you a mortgage. Shining, shimmering interest. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let someone co-sign a whole new loan? I only ever get applause breaks when I sing, usually. I hate it. I have to admit, I'm a better singer than a comedian. And that's not even coming from me. I did a show and I did that bit. And a guy comes up to me afterwards and he goes, hey man, you're a really good singer. And I was like, oh, I appreciate it, thank you, man. He goes, you're a mediocre comic, but you're a really good singer, man.
So it's really crazy to stop in the middle of a joke and tell the audience they should be more on board with it.
Get a castle, really? Okay, guys, I feel like you should be more on board this. Go it alone.
That's crazy. But then also, if this is your best joke, it probably shouldn't be followed by you talking about how bad of a comedian you are and how this joke never gets laughs. I think he's confusing the laughs for him being a bad comedian as the laughs for the joke. I mean, he must just look back at it and go, oh yeah, there was laughs during that joke. And it's like, no, they were laughing at you talking about how bad the joke was. And somehow you ended up in your mind thinking that was your best joke. And that's embarrassing.
Did you just neg me? Couching compliment with insults, man. And then he was like, hey man, you know what? No, let me buy you a drink. And I was like, okay. And something happened when that happened, because I've had people buy me drinks after show, or strangers around in comedy, but I realized something. It's okay for a stranger to buy another stranger a drink, right? That's fine, it's no big deal. It's not okay for a stranger to buy another stranger drinks, plural, right? Yeah, that's not okay. Because there's only really two things that are happening if a guy buys another guy drinks, right? He's either trying to punk you, right guys, or he's trying to hump you. Like, there's only two possibilities in this situation.
Personally, I've never had someone try to punk me while I was drunk. I didn't know that was a popular thing. And if it's not, then that implies that the only thing funny about that joke is that it rhymes. And it doesn't even rhyme. Two words that sound very similar in the place a punchline should be. That should work.
And so he bought me the first round, and I didn't think anything of it. And we were sitting there, and I drank a little bit of it, and I didn't really want to talk to him. I'm not gonna lie. So I felt like a woman, because no, seriously, I'd never been in that situation before. Women, you know what I'm talking about, where you have to like sit there and be like, how long do I have to sit and talk to this guy before I can walk away and not seem rude? I don't want to be a jerk. And I didn't know the answer to that question, so I just had to keep drinking, which wasn't good, because we were drinking and like pretty soon I'm like, I'm already finished my beer. I'm getting ready to like, all right, man, and he's like, hey man, let me get you another round. And I was like, what are you doing here? And so I'm bulked up, because I'm a man. I was like, look, buddy, I don't need your drink, all right? I'm gonna take it, but I don't need it. I just want you to know that. Yeah, beer, okay. Then he orders another round, and we're drinking more. Pretty soon we're having a good conversation, right? And then, you know, another round, and the drinking keeps going. And pretty soon things start getting a little hazy. And at one point I think he asked me for my number, actually. I was like, is this guy trying to book me, or what's going on here? Does he want my number? I don't know. But I think I gave it to him. I can't really remember because I blacked out, so. Yeah. But it's fine, everything worked out. We're dating now, so it's not
So the video just abruptly ends after that, and that's his set. He ended on a nice big laugh. He seems to have been doing it for quite a while. He's got some experience. He looks comfortable up there. You know, this is 4 years ago, so according to him, this is 10 years into his stand-up. Which, you know, for how bad the jokes are, 10 years? 10 years. He's gonna punk you or he's gonna poke you. I mean, come on, that's what you got after 10 years? To me, it's pretty fucking lame. I mean, you saw that misdirection coming from a mile away. I'm sure most of you did. Oh, I bet he's gonna fuck the guy who's flirting with him. Yeah. It took way too long. We had way too long to think about it because you're taking so long to tell this damn story. This is 10 years of experience. Now, that might have been bad for 10 years. But the actual Kill Tony set, this is unforgivable. This is gonna make you question everything you know about comedy. You're gonna wonder how something like this even can happen. Let's watch the worst set Joe List has ever seen.
Here he is, Cody Odell, everyone.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Do I just start, I guess? I've never done this. How's it going, guy? I was listening to this podcast, and this guy was like, these OnlyFans girls aren't traditional women, right? I was like, this guy's clearly never heard of the oldest job in the world. Clearly, y'all have never heard of the oldest job in the world. Have you? Hey! OF girls are traditional, right? All right. I've been looking for an apartment. And I saw a listing and it said the walls were painted agreeable gray. And I have a problem with that. All right. You know, like, we don't even agree on how to spell gray. Right? Some people spell it G-R-E-Y, right? And other people spell it wrong. Right. Exactly.
There it is, the absolute maximum amount of time for Cody Odell. Cody, how do you feel right now?
I feel like I could have done better, but you know.
So it's such a strange and intriguing bomb. You know, like, did he forget his material? Was he just disappointed at the crowd? So he was kind of like negging the crowd for not liking the joke?
These OnlyFans girls aren't traditional women, right? I was like, this guy's clearly never heard of the oldest job in the world. Clearly, y'all have never heard of the oldest job in the world. Have you?
Like, at one point, he just yells in the middle of the set. He goes, ah, and just points towards the crowd.
Hey!
I mean, that's unhinged. What are you doing? And to finish was such a bland joke as like gray, it's spelled differently. I mean that is really incredible. Also crazy, I noticed when rewatching this, he says, oh, I've never done this before.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Do I just start, I guess? I've never done this. How's it going, guy?
What? They called your name to the stage to do stand-up. You've been doing this for 14 years. oh, I don't know how this works. I've never done this before. What? He said before into the microphone when you're coming up, an uninterrupted minute from yada, yada, yada. Hear you. I mean, I'm pretty sure being announced is the fucking same everywhere you go. So of course this guy isn't going to have good jokes. He's confused about the getting called to the stage part. You think he's going to have good jokes?
That's an
I
honest
like it.
answer.
I like it.
That's an honest answer.
I could have done better.
Cody, how long you been doing stand-up?
14 years.
What do you mean? What do you mean you've been doing it for 14 years?
I did my first Cap City open mic in like 2010. I mean, I've been around. I lived in New York for a while, came back. I know I'm a musician mostly
Right.
before I did comedy.
Okay.
And then my band quit, so I just.
He's mainly a musician. I mean, you can't find any music on his website, on his YouTube page. When you search him up, he's not, there's no links on his bio to any music, but he mainly does music. Although I did notice on his YouTube page, he has a rock playlist and a classic rock playlist that he hides one of his comedy videos in the middle of to try to scam some views out of some unsuspecting people. So maybe that's what he means when he says he does music.
14 years in the game. Joe, you ever seen Cody Odell up there in New York?
No, I've never seen Cody before. I'm interested that your whole band quit. That's.
I know.
I don't like to be mean. I'm not a mean guy, but that's literally the worst stand-up set I've ever seen ever.
From a band person in a band or just
No, any person.
any person.
That was tremendously bad.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was, I love it.
I mean, I don't know if I could try to be that bad and succeed.
Joe's like,
Yeah.
I'm not good at being mean, but watch this.
I mean,
Right.
that was really
I
wild.
love
Yeah.
that reaction. Joe, that might be one of my favorite reactions to anybody doing anything ever. Like, you're literally like, I've never seen it before. Like, you're cracking up. It was unbelievable.
Of course, everything to Tony on the Tony Show is, oh, it was absolutely unbelievable. I've never laughed that hard in my life, Joe List. You are the unbeatable legend that has ever graced our planet. Like, Tony, calm down. Not everything has to be the best thing in the world. The audience isn't any more convinced if you say that to them. To me, it has the opposite effect. Every time he says something like that, I go, well, it wasn't that fucking funny. Well, he's not that good. Just let them be good and we'll be on board. There's no need to try to convince us.
Cody, I think I've seen you around town playing music. What do you do musically?
I'm a drummer and vocalist.
You're a vocalist?
Yeah.
Okay, can we do like a song that you can, a song that these guys can do?
We can do what, Sir Duke, if you guys want to do.
This is going to be one of those moments where you realize this guy should never try stand-up again.
I'm excited. This is one of my favorite songs. I'm excited.
Can we make a deal real quick before we do this? Because I could tell this is going to kill. I'm going to do the opposite because I am in full control and the creator of the show.
I love that Tony feels the need to remind you that he's in charge. I'm the one. I call the shots here, guys. Don't forget.
I'm going to do the opposite because I am in full control and the creator of the show. I want to do the opposite of what we did with Roy Mendoza. I think that if you do great, you should retire from stand-up comedy. Do we have a deal? Can we possibly retire you from stand-up here tonight?
I was literally sitting over here in this bar, and I was thinking like I sold out the love of my life for comedy, and then I came in here, and this was no, it's
Hold on,
fine.
this is
I'm just
compelling.
like
Hold on, Cody. Stick with me here.
I gotta
Oh.
do it. I guess it's like infected me.
Stick with me here. When you say you sold out the love of your life for comedy, what exactly do you mean? Because I think it's the only thing you're ever going to sell out in your entire life.
Just like pursuing comedy. I did it like
She
like
left
wholesale.
you because of that?
Well, I became an asshole, so I ruined the relationship.
How'd
It was
you become
unfortunate.
an asshole?
Going out till like 4 o'clock in the morning in New York City, getting fucked up, and
So if you didn't hate this guy already, he lost his wife because of his pursuit for comedy, quote unquote. Yeah, sure. I'm sure. Oh, I was out till 4 in the morning drink. Oh, well, what were you doing out? Because if you're doing comedy until 4 in the morning, it seems like she wouldn't mind. But you were probably fucking all these whores at the comedy shows, right? And then she caught you. And, oh, but it's a lot easier to say, well, I lost her because of my pursuit for comedy. Oh, no. You're not a cheating asshole. No, you're just pursuing your dreams. You're like Walter Goggins. You know, you'll give up anything to get success.
Become an asshole.
You know, going out till like 4 o'clock in the morning in New York City, getting fucked up. And
Wow.
I quit drinking like almost 2 years ago. So
So it's something you'll never stop doing is stand-up comedy.
I'm gonna do it because I love it. I don't care if I make it like in a sense. I know I'm funny. I may have not had a good set tonight, but
Right.
there's been people that have had a great set and they fucking suck. So you guys are great. I love y'all. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, it's
You mean
I'm
people
not.
that have
I've
a
done it
great
long enough to
set?
not get bad on one set. Although this.
Hold
this
on,
happens to
Cody,
be-
stick with me here.
Yeah.
I don't want you to have a mental breakdown live in front of a million people. I'm going to help you through this. When you say there's people that have had a great set and then they suck, you mean like they only have a minute of good material and then they come back and it gets rougher?
I'm saying like I've seen somebody do it for like 4 months and murder a room. But then I've seen somebody that, do it for a long period of time and like might just not have a good set,
Right.
Kind of how it goes.
Worst set Joe has ever seen in his life.
Yeah, that's crazy. You must not have been to very
Let
many
me
open
ask you
mics,
this.
bro.
And Red Band comes in with the perfect response. Well, it's the worst set Jolis has ever seen. 14 years in, and you're delivering the worst sets that people have ever seen? He says, well, some people do good at 3 months and they're killing, and some people do horrible at 14 years. Like me, like I see me doing all the time. So I know it must be a mix. And you go, that might not be the lesson you want to get from that.
How it goes.
Worst set Joe has ever seen in his life.
Yeah, that's crazy. You must not have been to very
Let me
many open
ask you
mics,
this.
bro.
14 years in the game. Was that a newer minute? The gray?
That's a newer minute for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
how about this? How about we do 14 years, your best, most effective joke you've ever written. In 14 years, here it is.
And it's never been laid out this clearly to him before, and in front of all these people. The nerves are really building up now. I mean, he looked a little uncomfortable before. I mean, this guy's about to cry right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, 14 years. This is the best joke ever from Cody Odell.
I think Disney ruined relationships just because they set the bar too high. Am I right? I mean, like, anybody have a castle here? Like the Beast, even. He was a mutant. He had an enchanted castle, right? Like, of course she's not gonna be satisfied with my 1 bed, 1 bath. Like, yeah, exactly. No, I'm not taking a girl on a magic carpet ride. Like maybe a magic Kia ride. Just be like, I can show you a mortgage. Shining, shimmering interest. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let someone co-sign a whole new loan? A dazzling rate.
Holy fuck. I mean, usually whenever you've seen like stand-up comedy where they sing, it's usually like they're special, so people are gonna laugh, it's guaranteed. I've never seen someone sing jokes while bombing. I mean, it's quite the sight to see. It's a new level of cringe, I think. I mean, and you could even tell that he didn't even really want to do this joke, but he just thought that this joke had the best chance at laughter. Because if you're singing like this in front of a drunk crowd, there's going to be a couple people that give you a pity laugh, just for the effort. But they just stay silent. Oh, it must fucking be so painful.
You never knew. No one to tell us no. You need collateral. That's the end of this joke.
All right. That's better than the first minute. Let's end it with a song. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
So because I can't find any of his music online, and, you know, Tony mutes this here, I can only assume that he's a horrible singer. I have nothing else to go on. I just have to assume that he's talentless and horrible at it, just like comedy.
All right. Okay. Cody Odell, honestly, before I thought you should retire from stand-up and be a musician. Now I think you should retire from both. But here you go with a little joke book. There he goes. Cody Odell, ladies and gentlemen.
And there you go. The worst set Joe List has ever seen. And with context, you know, I think I agree with him, you know? It was pretty fucking bad. 14 years, and then he did the singing bullshit up there. I mean, this guy sucks. But hey, let me know what you guys think. And if you thought that any of this was good, you should go visit his channel that I have linked below and go give him a like and go give him compliments. And right now, his only comments on his videos are that he sucked on Kill Tony, so he needs the support. So if you thought this was horrible and my opinions are bad, then there you go. Go help him. Well, that's it for me. Hope you have a miserable rest of your day.